Hi. So today we're going to do the weekly wrap up. What I received, what I've been reading, and what I'm going to read. So in terms of books that I received 7 or 8. So the first one I received was the second book on the series by Fondali. This is the Jade War, the second novel on the series on Greenbone Saga. This is the second novel published by Broken Binding, a very cool edition, to be honest, with a new cover design. They don't have interior illustration. This is the normal subscription. I am the second tier subscription, so I don't have a signature or something like that. But yes, it's a very beautiful book, and it matches the other one in terms of iconography, if you want to call it that, like this one here. As you can see, it looks like a mural from the churches. And the second novel is this one, so pretty cool cover. And this one does not have the map that the other one had. It has like an interior illustration, a very beautiful one. Look like some kind of, I haven't read the book, so I don't know, but it seems like superhero stuff. I don't know. And this one, it has like a little map here. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm enjoying what Broken Binding does with their books, to be honest. All of the series so far, I've not read them. I collect them, and then who knows when I'm going to read. Next one is going to be Ted Williams. I'm really looking forward for it. And I purchased also the Malazan Book of the Fallen. In this case, the first 3 books. It will arrive sometime probably in I believe it was September or October, I don't know, one of these months. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm also excited for the new series they are going to do, where they are going to publish the first 3 novels in the series, and I'm missing the series, which is the name, Empire of Silence series. I don't know if it's that the call of the name, but the series. But I'm looking forward because I didn't have a hardcover edition, and I'm really looking forward to collect it. So the second novel I received was A Bitter Taste. This is the 4th novel by Josh Reynolds in this series. This is like an ongoing series, the Daindoji Chin Mysteries, Poison River, Dead's Kiss, and Flower of Path, 3 Oaths, and now this is the 5th book, A Bitter Taste. So it's like a mystery series within the Legend of the 5 Rings. Not going to read this anytime soon. The next one I've been collecting since they came out. The first one like almost 15 years ago. I've read 10 or 11 of them. And this is the 30th one, The Golden Feet. This is the part 1 and 2, so it's a collection. This book has been announced back in 2020, but then something happened and it didn't publish back in 2021, and it took 4 years to publish this novel. Which is, I really don't understand why it took so much time to publish this, but okay. The next one, they don't give a date, and usually they would give a date before. It's going to be published, it's going to be coming soon, so we don't know when it's going to be released, and it's going to be Sylvia's Road Home, the book number 31. Basically, this is the ongoing series of sorry, a book by Hideyoki Kikuchi, that's the name, and it has interior illustrations by Yoshitaka Amano. And probably if you play games, Final Fantasy, you see that he is the guy behind the art direction and so on. He made the art for the couple of the first Final Fantasy. Then he contributed. I don't know how far he went, but I know that he still is within that project somehow. In Japan, the writer have published 40 novels, I believe 40 or 41. We are in the 30 in English, so let's see. I really enjoy this. Is like one of those palette cleansers that I read from time to time. The next one I received was probably the final book. I think there is one missing, but it's a collection of short stories that are within other. I don't know if I'm going to buy. And this is the last book that I was missing by Louis L'Amour. It's Catlo, and this is the last book I was missing. Now I have all of his novels, probably more than 110 novels, I believe. So I also purchased a couple of other novels. This one is No One Is Safe. This is by Philippe Fracassi. Last week I showed two anthologies. This is the third one. No One Is Safe. It's an anthology that he published with a couple of short stories. I believe they are like, in terms of similarities, there are similarities between those two and this one as well. So those are more. One is more Lovecraftian stuff, and this one is more all over the place. At least that's what it says here. But who knows which one I'm going to read first. Then I purchased this book because I thought that it was a book not published, but written by a guy called Justin Burnett. Unfortunately, it's not. It's like a collection of short stories, and he edited. It was an impulse buy, wrongly done by me. The cover is very odd, but one of the interesting things here that within this story you can find a lot of artwork, types of letter. It's like an interconnection stories all together makes probably one big story. I don't know. I believe that's what it was sell to. So these were the books that I've purchased or that I received in this case, because I don't purchase that much books each. I usually purchase either in advance or in the beginning of the month. Like, for example, I'm waiting 4 novels by John Norman of Gore, the series. I'm waiting for 5 novels, and the last 5 to have the complete series until I believe the book 25. Afterwards, he started writing again like 10 years ago. I don't have those. I'm also waiting for Red Sonja novel, 6 novels that I've purchased. It was like a finding, 50 euros, 6 novels that usually they cost around 200 euros without any problem. I'm also seeing a series set in England, based on James Herriot life. It's a series, I don't know the English name, and it's pretty good. It's basically about a guy that it's a veterinary in a small part of England, and it's very good. I'm waiting for the complete series, and then I'm probably going to receive the next few weeks, probably during next week. During next month. Wolf's Hour by Robert McMahon and DMV by Bentley Little and Cardinal Black, I believe so. Let's see. And there is like here and there a book or other. Now, what I've read. I finished Lilith Esparax by Mike Brooks. So, I read this in 2 days, basically. 200 pages, you can read this easily in 2 days. And what my thoughts about this book? Okay, so in terms of Warhammer or any shared world, but let's focus on Warhammer. You can do two things. A, you can write about something that nobody wrote, so you just, since there is a million worlds, you can really invent one war, one campaign, or so on. Or you can write about the character that exists and you want to develop, or you want to write about that character but something that happened, or a battle that exists. Like, for example, there is Third War of Armageddon, and so Black Library decided to write some books about that war. So the writer must read about that stuff and basically tell a story within that. What happened? It can't go, okay, so the humans won, and the writer cannot do, okay, but the demons won. No, that doesn't happen because it's a written tale, already written story, so you can't invent something new unless you are on behalf of Black Library retelling the stuff and making the previous one non-canon. Sometimes this type of thing happen. But here we have got Lilith. Lilith is a character that existed before Mike Brooks wrote about it. It's a character within Dark Eldar or Drukhari, whatever world, and basically she is better known as the person that killed Yvraine, and she resurrected or something like that as a prophet of the new god. It's not Yvraine, I believe so. Maybe I think I'm. Is it Yvraine? Yvraine, yes, the priestess of Ynet. So that story exists. So the story starts within that time frame. Lilith is following Yvraine. But then, in terms of story, in terms of rulebook information, background information, that story ends. It's not ended, but it's like stagnated there. And so, Mike Brooks grabbed that information and throws Lilith back into the Dark Eldar city and trying to find her way within that world. So, because the leader of the Dark Eldar, he doesn't really want people to follow Yvraine because it removes his power, is an absolute power in that city. So that's one thing that he doesn't want. So she became a bit like a renegade within that city. So she's trying to find her way again and trying to put herself on top of all the games and to be the best she can be. And to be that, she must overthrow a person that filled her place, which is called Morgana. And then Mike Brooks tries to talk about a bit of Morgana and the story behind Morgana and Lilith. And basically he enters something that I don't enjoy, which is virtual signaling and so on. So until now there was no information about Lilith's sexuality or Lilith Lilith is like one of the most dark characters in the entire universe. She's like bloody, always trying to fight, always trying to kill, overcome the adversaries, and trying to be a perfect weapon. So he even says that in here. So to make her, I'm going to be spoiler, but to make her care, he doesn't specifically say it's love, but it's love. Another character, it's absurd. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. The Dark Eldar till now they didn't feel love. Love, it doesn't exist. It's a weakness, and a weakness is exploited, so they don't love. But whatever, he made her love some other girl, and I honestly don't enjoy that. I don't care about the sexuality of the character. It doesn't really matter. It's like I'm going to tell a story, but just to make to talk about that subject I really enjoy, which is woke culture. Let's put here something woke. It doesn't matter to the story. She's trying to find her place, trying to overcome and to be number one again, and he made like a weak of her. She's now weak because everyone knows that she loves another person, and that's a weakness that Dark Eldar will exploit to the maximum. But whatever, Mike Brooks is known to do this kind of crap. So I enjoyed the story. I didn't enjoy this turn that the story went. But whatever, that's me. The next one I finish. Well, I already had finished a couple of years ago, but my wife is reading Harry Potter, and so I read with her The Goblet of Fire. I read The Goblet of Fire, and as you know, it's the fourth novel. I'm not going to talk about this because everyone knows about Harry Potter. It's not like something new. I'm going to start number 5, but not now. Although she's going to read it, I'm not going to read because I think this book was too big. And the 5th book, I've read like 200 pages of it. First time, I never finished Harry Potter. Okay, but I never seen the films as well, so I don't know the end. Oh, okay, I know the end because everyone knows the end, but I don't know about the details of the story. I know some people die or so on, but not that particular stuff. So, and this one is too big. This book could have been cut in 200 pages, to 200 pages to have like 400, and will be a better book. Same happened with the next book. That's why I gave up. So yeah, I finished these 2 books. I started Fulgrim. This is the 5th novel on the Horus Heresy, and depicts the fall of Fulgrim and the Emperor's children. I'm like page 150. This book is 500 pages, so I will read it until the end of the month without any doubt. I'm enjoying so far. Graham already wrote the 2nd novel, and this is the second or third? Second novel. And here you have Emperor Children and Iron Hands. And this is... I wouldn't recommend anyone to start here. It makes no sense. To be honest, it makes sense for you to read the first 4 novels of the Horus Heresy. So the first trilogy, which is the only trilogy, and the 4th novel, which is Flight of Eisenstein. Afterwards, you can skip books. Okay, basically, this book here, it starts before the Eastern 5, and then it leads to that. And all other books are within the time frame. So you can read, like, imagine if you like Night Lords, okay, read only books about Night Lords. Of course, there are series, by some author. For example, Mike Lee wrote Descent of Angels, and I don't remember the other one, but it's 2 books about dark angels. Some authors, like there is like a duology within that series about the Space Wolves versus Thousand Suns, like a duology written by 2 writers, and each one tells a tale. So you can read that one like a duology, but most of the books are self-contained. Or you can read like I'm reading for the first time, which is all the way until the end. 54 novels. I'm probably going to read this until I'm 50. So, in terms of other books that I've read or I'm going to continue, I'm not read, sorry, I started only Fulgrim, but I'm also going to read Tanquil's Doom. Okay, this is the 3rd novel by C.L. Werner about Tanquil Bone Reaper series, and I'm going to read this as well, the Fulgrim and Tanquil's Doom at the same time, because I can't read like a book. I can't read a book like in the to start to finish. It's almost impossible for me. Yeah, so that's it from me. That's what I'm going to read, what I've read. The month is almost finished. I'm going to try to decide for next video the books I'm going to read. Probably going to be 3 or 4. Going to say 3 or 4, and the rest is going to be whatever I'm feeling. I mean, I enjoy reading like a month of anthologies or a month of Warhammer 40k or whatever, but I also enjoy don't having anything planned, so that's it. But I'm going to next month to at least finish Ravencry, which is the last book on the series, and I stopped and I went to continue reading it. So yeah, that's it for me. Big video. Thank you. Have a nice day.